What's up, y'all? Just going for a walk in nature. I'm so glad the sun is out today. We had a long, snowy, cold winter in Jersey, so I'm just glad it's not snowing today. I love the snow, and it was great. I love the change of seasons, but I'm so grateful it's sunny today and getting that vitamin D. And also, again, just connecting to nature. It's such a great boost for me. But yeah, I got off the phone with a buddy of mine, and he's going through some challenges with his family. And part of what happened is his mom passed away, I think a year or two ago, and he's been trying to acclimate. As far as her passing, his father had already passed, and he did a lot of caregiving and caretaking for his mom and being there for her at the end, and most of his life, and cleaning out the house and taking care of things. And his siblings were involved, but he was very involved. And so one of the siblings is kind of getting them all together as a little Mother's Day memorial for her. And he's just having some challenges with it, that he feels a little resentful and hurt that they didn't acknowledge more how much work he put in and all the actions that he did as far as kind of closing up the house and also just being there for their mother. And so in their family, they're just not as vocal about that, showing appreciation sometimes. And sometimes he gets a little hurt feelings and he feels a little neglected and not appreciated. And so I just shared with him my own philosophy, which is I personally believe that in my family or in any family, that we choose to meet up with these other souls in this family to learn and grow. And some are learning a little quicker than others. Some are learning different things. And it's not that anyone's better than the other. It's just about trying to grow as a soul, having a human experience. And so I reminded him, and I felt like his mother and his father were kind of speaking through me, which happens sometimes. That's just part of me being open to being a channel, is sometimes I get inspired to pass along a message from loved ones who have passed, and they're spirit guides for him now. And I just reminded him that even though they're out of their human bodies, they're back on the spiritual plane and they are still connected to him. And so he can talk to them whenever he wants. And when he goes to this family gathering, maybe with a little resistance or being a little apprehensive around being around these family members who some of he gets along with and some he just doesn't really connect with, which happens in families. There are certain family members who are soulmates and we feel like it's a soul recognition and we've kind of known them before, or maybe we knew them in other lifetimes and now we're meeting up in this lifetime being the people that we are now. And then there are other souls in the family who are kind of strangers to us, and no matter what we do, they kind of we're just not as connected to them. And even if we're open to it, sometimes it just doesn't happen where people get along very well. They can just be oil and water. And I think it's just part of living on earth. There's certain people who I get along with and certain people I don't. And that's okay. As long as I'm taking care of myself and I'm being cordial and polite and as kind as I can be to them. And yeah, so that's something I try and practice. But anyway, I just reminded him when he's driving there and he's going to this family gathering to not just go with spirit and go with his spirit guides, but go with his mom and dad. And they're going to be with him in that car or truck. He's got a nice old truck. They're going to be with him and they're going to, they're aware of what's going on in the family. They see the big spiritual picture, the bird's eye view, I call it, from the spiritual plane. They are aware of everything that he did for them during their lifetimes and at the end of their lives. And then after they both passed, to again, close up the house and get everything ready to close the estate and to move on. And also the grieving that he's still going through, losing his mama not that long ago. It's a big shift for any of us when we lose a parent. It's just a very profound shift. And again, it's a rite of passage we all go through. And so I just reminded him, they're going to be with you and they are with you, and you can talk to them now whenever you want. They understand what's going on in the family. My ancestors have and loved ones who passed that I knew, and some of whom I don't know that I feel very connected to, like my great grandma, who I never met on my mom's side. Um, it was my grandfather I was very close to. His mother, I feel very close to her, and I never met her, but I feel kinship with her and a closeness from her on the spiritual plane. And so, again, his parents are connected to him, and they understand what's going on in the family, and they have an understanding that he may not even understand right now. And it's the same with me and my loved ones on the spiritual plane. They have a bigger picture view than I do. And what my job is to do is to first take care of myself, the others to try and be of service as much as I can, and then the other is to sometimes set boundaries and say no. And that's a good thing to do once in a while, just to keep some distance, be polite. I wish you well. I hope you're well. And just to kind of go on with my life. And that's something that I suggest to clients and friends of mine, brothers and sisters. You know, even my buddy, when we were talking, he said he was invited to another family function, and he just said he couldn't make it. And he didn't explain why, and he doesn't have to explain why. And the most important thing is he's allowed to say no, thank you. And there's an expression, no is a complete sentence. And sometimes it's good to speak up for ourselves and say that. So just wanted to share that. Again, our loved ones are connected to us from the spiritual plane. They are well aware of the challenges we have. They're there to help us and acclimate to how we're using our free will, the decisions that we're making. They're just there making suggestions, kind of nudging us along sometimes, or whispering in our ear, helping us listen to our intuition and get guidance that way. And they want the best for us, and the universe wants the best for us. And it's just about learning and growing and enjoying. So take care.